Hello YouTube, my name is Billy and welcome back to my kitchen. Tonight I'm going to do a very quick dinner. I worked all day and I'm just really tired. If you watched my videos from the last two nights, on the 11th was the first day I went vegan and yesterday would be day 2. So today will be day 3. Now on the first day I did vegan chili and I have a little bit of that left over. So I'm going to use that along with my leftover spaghetti squash, or the other half of it anyways, and along with the sauce that I made to go on top of that. And I'm going to make stuffed bell peppers with the remaining leftovers. And let me show you how I'm going to get started. I'm going to first take my spaghetti squash and I'm just going to reheat that in the microwave. I'm going to put a little bit of water on the plate and then cook that for about 2 to 3 minutes, checking it pretty frequently just until it's hot again. All right, now right here, I'll show you. I'm going to reheat my chili. And I don't need a lot because you can see the bell peppers are quite small. So I'm just going to put the remaining chili in a small saucepan. And then I'm just going to heat that on the stove. I'm always checking because I'm quite messy at times. All right, and then I'm gonna take my sauce. My sauce that I made for my spaghetti squash is really simple. All I did was I took 1 can of stewed tomatoes, put that in a medium-sized sauce pot, half a can of large black pitted olives, and I added 4 artichoke hearts, 2 cloves of garlic that I just minced up, a whole red sweet onion, about that size, and I just put all that in a sauce pot and let it cook on the stove until it was ready to serve over the spaghetti squash. Now, if you've never made spaghetti squash before, they're very simple. This is half, so imagine about that much more. They're about 2.5 to 3 pounds. They're pretty uniform in size. And you're going to lay it on its side, slice it down the middle, and then cleaning it out is very much like cleaning out the inside of a pumpkin. You're just going to go with a spoon gently and just clean all that out until you have a nice clean little hole. That's where all the seeds and the guts are. And then you're going to put the cut side down on a large baking dish, and you want to put that water in the baking dish just enough to where it comes up around this, the sides about a good 1/2 inch to 1 inch, and you're going to bake that in the oven for on 350 degrees for about an hour. You can start checking it about 45 minutes, but they really do take pretty close to the 1 hour. And then now for my vegan chili, all I did was I just got one of the 2 alarm chili kits, and instead of using the 2 pounds of ground beef, I substituted the Morningstar meat crumbles, or they're not meat. There's no meat in it at all. It's but it's meat substitute, and I just followed the chili package directions, made that, and it was wonderful. And I do have a video on the vegan chili, and I also have, last night I did a video on the vegetarian lasagna. There was some cheese product in that, so it wasn't vegan. I did not eat that. I stuck to my spaghetti squash and the sauce that I made. Now, going back, I've got my sauce. Again, it's just a can of stewed tomatoes, a whole sweet onion, about 2 pretty good size garlic cloves, half a can of ripe olives, large black pitted olives, or you could do green, either one. 4 artichoke hearts, and I just put that in a saucepan, cooked it on the stove until it was ready to serve, and it was really good. I really like it. So I'm gonna take that, and I'm just gonna put that in a saucepan and reheat that over medium heat. And I'm just gonna get just a microwavable safe plate. I've already got the spaghetti squash on a plate, and I'm just gonna put a little bit of water, just enough to come around the sides, and I'm gonna put that in the microwave for about 3 minutes. Now I'm going to preheat my oven to 350 because I will be cooking. I'm reheating the mixtures that is going to go in each one of these, but I'm gonna let me show you. Dale, where's my cheese? Okay, now just like there is meat substitute, there's also cheese substitute, and most people will put cheese over the top of their stuffed bell peppers. So I just like to find ways that I can substitute things. So I'm gonna use this is, I don't know how to pronounce that, but you can see that this is just cheddar style slices, and then once I have these filled, I'm gonna put the cheese substitute over that, and then I'll pop that in the oven just until this melts a little bit. All right, let me show you down here. Okay, I'm gonna take my bell peppers, and I'm just gonna thinly slice off just the top. Okay, and you see how that is right there, and you're just gonna take a spoon, and just where these little connecting pieces are, you're just gonna kind of pop them loose. Okay, and when you do that, all the seeds come out pretty nice and easily. And if there's some remaining, you can just kind of use the edge of your spoon just to scoop out the rest. And you just have a nice clean little bowl. And we're gonna do that. I've got a red one and an orange, but you could use whichever flavors, whichever color you like. Okay. Okay, there you go, nice and clean. Get all my mess. Okay, now this is obviously not very much to eat, and I worked all day, so I'm pretty hungry. In addition to my 2 stuffed bell peppers, I'm gonna make some guacamole, and I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna do that. In a medium-sized bowl, I'm gonna take a sharp knife and my avocados. All right, and I'm just gonna take the avocados, go right down, be very careful, and go right around once I hit the seam. All right, I'm gonna do the other one. Okay, once I have those sliced, I'm just gonna twist it off. Now one side will be nice and clean because the seed will stick to one end. Take your spoon and just go right to the edge of the peel and just go around. And it comes out nice and clean and you don't waste any. Okay, now with the side that has the seed in it, we're gonna take your knife, good hand and eye coordination and a good sharp knife. Whack it one time and twist, it comes right off. I say good hand and eye coordination simply because I have missed before and I had a pretty nasty gash on my hand. Like I completely missed the avocado and everything. Like I whacked my hand and that little knife right there is so sharp. So it takes a minute before you feel the sting. All right, again with the other avocado. Rinse my hands. This cold weather is really drying my hands out bad. I've been using lotion all day, but it doesn't seem to be doing much. All right, now let me put you down here. All right, I'm just gonna take a fork and just kind of break up my avocados. Now you can make a smooth paste if you want, but I tend to like my avocado a little chunkier. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit of salt, not a lot. If you watch my other videos, I never use much salt in anything. I do like it, but in very small amounts. A little bit of pepper. Okay, I'm gonna give about a cap of lime juice. And that's just the cap that comes on the bottle. Just kind of 1 cap of that, that's enough. Okay. And then I've got, I would probably normally use about 2 large garlic cloves, but these are pretty small, so I'm going to use 3. I'm just going to snip the ends. And I snip the ends because when you do that, this little wrapper comes right off. It's just a lot nicer, and I don't like smashing my garlic. I just don't. I never have. Well, normally it comes right off. I guess this one wants to make me look bad. Okay, now that these little garlic, I don't know why that did that, because normally it does come right off. All right, so we're just gonna mince the garlic up. And again, I like to leave my garlic a little chunky because I really like it a lot. We're just gonna put that in the bowl. Okay, and I'm gonna take about probably half of this medium-sized purple sweet onion. I'm just gonna snip the end. And then just remove that outer layer. It just makes it a lot easier. All right, and then I'm gonna just chop that up pretty good. Okay. You could use whatever onion you like. I just like these because they are sweet and it gives it a nice color. I love to cook, but my grandmother, I grew up cooking with my grandmother, and her food was always beautiful. I mean, it was delicious, but it was always beautiful. So I guess that is where I get mine, because I really want my food not only to taste amazing, I want it to look that way as well. All right, and that's just gonna go, and you don't have to use this much onion. I really love onion and garlic. Like, I could just slice an onion and eat it like that. Okay, all right, I'm just gonna work the onion and the garlic into the avocado. Okay, and then I'm gonna take a couple of, just a handful or so of these nice, fun little brightly colored tomatoes, and I'm just gonna slice them just in quarters, and then just put those in the bowl. I really like the little orange and the yellow ones. They have a really sweet, like almost, you know, fruity, citrusy flavor. These guys are pretty small, so I'm just gonna cut those in half. Okay. So I'm just gonna work those in. And then I'm just gonna let that, set on the side because it's done. And the lime juice, the citric acid in the lime juice will prevent your guacamole from turning that ugly brown color while you're waiting for the rest of your dish to finish. Okay. Okay, once the chili is been heated on the stove and my sauce is done, and my spaghetti squash is done. Okay, let me put you down here so you can see. Now with the spaghetti squash, I'm gonna turn it upside down. And I'm gonna use a fork. Is that on video? Okay, well, take your fork along the edges and then just start twisting. And you'll see it comes off in these really nice strands, which is why it gets its name spaghetti squash. Because the strands, if you look really close, are just like pasta. Now, I know a lot of people would probably use rice in their stuffed bell peppers. I'm not going to do that because I don't want the carbs. I'm really trying to lose weight. With the that's my goal, is to be healthier and to lose quite a bit of weight over the next couple months. That's why I went with the vegan route. And so far, I've been followed the vegan diet for, this will be day 3. And I have lost a total of 3.2 pounds. So far it's working, and that's all I want. Okay, now with the first bell pepper, I'm just gonna, this is not a very deep one, so I'm not gonna put much. I'm just gonna stuff that in there. And that's gonna be instead of the rice. You could use rice if you want, but. Okay, and then I'm just gonna take my chili. I'm doing this chili with the smaller one because this chili is actually really spicy and okay, and I'm just gonna stuff that full, and you're just gonna push it all the way down until it's completely full. Just like that. And I'm gonna lay that on a baking pan that I've just lined with foil. And then I'm gonna do my next one. And as you can see, this one's a little larger, so I can get a lot more in it. I'm just gonna put that down. Okay, and then I'm gonna use the same spoon. So, and then I'm just gonna fill that up with my sauce. Okay, now you can stop. That smells good. Okay, now I'm gonna take my cheese replacement slices, and I'm just gonna put those right over the top, just one little slice. They smell really amazing. I've never had them before. I'm really excited. All right, and this one I'm just gonna kind of wedge in there, and I'll probably do that one the same. It can break, that's fine. It's gonna melt anyway. I hope. That's the idea. Rinse my hands. Okay, now everything is hot because I've reheated the squash in the microwave and I've heated these on the stove. So I'm just gonna put these in a 350-degree oven until the cheese is melted. The cheese replacement is melted. Okay, the bell peppers are ready. So I'm just gonna take those out, put them on a plate. And serve with my beautiful little guacamole. All right, that's perfect.